First off, I don't care what you people say. Never follow rules. I'm a trendsetter anyway. Okay, I march to the beat of my own drum. They say I need rules in my life. Well, I got some. That's one. Kill the competition. Two. Be a loyal dog. Three. And if they snitching on your man, send them to the mall. Four. When you party, go hard till you hit the floor. Five. If you didn't see me do it, what the hell you asking for? Welcome to my world. Llama.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Big Llama Show. I'm the Big Llama. It is the Sunday night live stream. We come to you live every Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the Facebooks, on YouTube at the Big Llama Show, and on Twitch at Blkout_AD. Let me bring out my co-host extraordinaire, Blkout AD. Mr. AD, how are you this fine evening, sir?
What's going on, Llama? I mean, I'm better than last week, dude. My mom said we sucked, so let's get that out there. Let's just clear the air there. We had low energy last week. What do you want from us? You know,
it was a bad. Well, yeah.
I don't think it was a bad episode. It just wasn't entertaining. Yeah, that makes sense.
We were a little bit in our feelings last week, and yes, I think I can agree with that criticism that maybe the energy just wasn't there, but the energy is there this week. I'm telling you, I'm excited about this week. Had a lot of shit going on this week, and a lot of good stuff to talk about. And so I'm excited about today. So I was really looking forward to the show today. Look, I even changed it up. I wore the shirt today, the merch store shirt. So I changed it up for everybody. So I'm excited. So we had a couple people come in early in the chat. So Charles, the tried and true, was there. He said, I so wish I could make the show tonight, but out of gas. We'll watch first thing in the AM. Good luck and have fun tonight. And listen, I know this guy watches the whole thing because he hits us with some comments on like the stuff that was late in the show.
Yeah.
So I know he was listening to the whole thing, and even the reactions and everything. So Charles is a real one, man. He's been there from the beginning. So thank you, Charles. Thank you. We got Gay Roman 2 Raw is in there throwing ADs in the chat over on Twitch. Katie's here. Hey yo.
Hello.
Then we got this guy over here, letting us know he's got some ads or something. He's got something he wants us to sell.
Yeah, you can keep it, buddy.
Roman again. He's on YouTube as well. So we're going to talk to him about that. Katie G, look at those luscious curls on AD. Again, that's not from me. That is from Katie and on YouTube. For those of you listening on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts, that was not me saying that. It's me reading chat.
Nothing wrong with it, dude.
Well, you're a good-looking dude. I can say that.
Thank you.
I can say that without any hesitation.
It's different when you say it about Herc.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. There's like a secret lust, man lust there. Roman 2 Raw nappy curls, if you ask me.
He's just jealous because he can't grow nothing.
Listen, he was on the reaction, man. His hair was growing way. I mean, he needed a haircut.
He looked homeless. He looked like he was jobless for a couple months.
I didn't know where his hair ended and the headphones started. That's how bad it was.
Oh,
I'll just
damn.
say that. So we'll focus on that in the edit. And just dudes being guys is in the building. Just Big Poppy H, she's here. And see, those are fighting words. Roman 2 Raw. Katie's gonna have some. You know what he thinks? I think he thinks he's safe because he's many states away.
Yeah, he's gonna have to meet her one day, dude.
That's true. But now he's closer to me now. He's local, as he says, right? So I think
still no invite to the house.
What, to my house? I did tell him to come. I did tell him to come by. I said, now that you're local, I think you're going to have to come by the house. I don't know if he remembers that or not. Although I am still waiting for Chubbs, my special Funko, to make it my way, even though he's local. Roman 2, haircut coming soon. Bear with me. Okay. Hey, neighbor at Llama. This guy, he doesn't know what a neighbor really is. Like,
that's what I said.
45 to 50 miles away is not a neighbor.
Oh, dude. You're literally in a whole nother town. Like, it'd be more acceptable if he lived like in PSL, just a different spot. But like,
right.
Come on.
You're not even close, man. You're not even close. You're a whole nother county.
Your neighbors with Lisette.
Oh my, that's true. That's true. And she's way down there.
She's gone.
So yeah, no, not neighbors, but you're close. You're close by. You're a drive away for sure. But yes, Roman 2 Raw, you are invited over to the Llama house. Just call before you come. We'll make sure I'm home. We'll set something up for sure. Because I would like to have him over. I'd like to talk to Gabe for a little bit. So it'd be a nice time. Anyway, crazy week this week. Crazy fun week. So not a lot of content drop, but it's okay. But we're working on stuff. So we had the reaction that was dropped to The Night Comes For Us. A great reaction that's out. But I spent the week recording reactions. So I have the collaboration with Mitch Cassidy, the guy from across the pond over in Manchester City.
Let's go. Manchester City?
He's just outside of Manchester. And so we recorded about 8, I think I was 8:30 my time. I think it was like 1:30, almost 2 o'clock his time. Oh. And I tried to set it up for like 7 a.m. my time. I was like, hey, listen, man, if I get up for work at 7 a.m., I can record for like an hour before I got to get in the car. And something came up and he's like, no, it's fine. Just do it at night. And I was like, if you're okay with that. And recorded. So
1 a.m. ain't that bad though,
Well, for you, for you, that's like,
that's when I'm like really becoming myself again.
Yeah. And I wasn't sure of his like home situation, wife, kids, whatever. I didn't know. So I was just trying to be considerate. So but yeah, we recorded about 45 minutes to about an hour. And it's fun. It was a fun, just kind of movie podcast type interview type thing. So he said, I think it'll be out this week, either Monday or Tuesday. So I'm going to promo it whenever he puts the edits out. The one good thing about his channel, and I'll I think I have the channel here. I'll put it up in a minute. Is that he does do a lot of shorts and a lot of promotions for his channel. And interesting thing about this dude is that he said he used to own a wrestling promotion in the UK, and he sold it. Yeah, and I was like, dude, why haven't we met? Like, I am a like wrestling fan, and we start talking about like after we finished recording, we talked for like another 20, 30 minutes about wrestling and about other things. So, so yeah, it was a fun time. But we talked about, and this you'll have fun with this, guilty pleasure movies. So movies we're embarrassed to tell people we like. So it was an interesting, fun discussion. So when that's ready, I'll let you guys know for sure. And then we had the watch party with the guys from Sideline. That was a fun and interesting adventure.
Yeah, sorry I wasn't there. I wanted to talk to you because I mean we kind of already talked about it, but on air I gotta apologize. It was just I'm on the Pokemon grind right now. And
it was fine. It was fine.
Honestly, it was worth it.
Oh no, yeah, it was very lucrative for you that night. You sold quite a bit. So yeah. No, I mean, but the good thing was, I think it was the dynamics of the Sideline guys, which you're not really on camera for that podcast a lot anyway. So it was really those guys there. It will be interesting because the edit will be a lot different than what I would put together. It's going to be Big Papi Angie's full creative control on it. The only thing I control on it is an intro and an outro. And like there'll be elements that you guys will see that from the normal sort of reactions, but the rest is all him. So the length of time, what goes into it, it'll all be brand new. So I'm actually really looking forward to what this looks like. And we are going to host more watch parties in the future, probably once every other week or so. Just depends on the schedule, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And honestly, it was a lot of less anxiety and stress to record it. It was just, what it is? Cause it's just fun. It was not anything that I'm worried about. Like it's an extra bonus to the channel. So, and if it does really well, it will continue to do, good things for the channel. If it doesn't, it's just a fun time with the community. So, I'm excited, but it was interesting, with Gabe and Bird and their microphone issues. And
oh yeah, I
Oh
was
Jesus!
popping in and out. I was like, "What's going on here?"
Yeah, that it was funny it seems so simple, and then they really kind of like made it so complicated, and I was like, like small piece of me was fuming. I was like, what the fuck? Like, come on,
I
guys.
knew it.
Like, really?
I knew it.
Yeah, a small piece of me was, but then the other part of me was like, it's a watch party. Just let it happen. Let it happen. It's fine. Oh, here we go. Oh, Gabe's already throwing the blame. Bird is to blame for all the goofiness. No, he's not. I was prepared. The good thing I brought my stuff though.
What
Yeah.
exactly happened?
So okay, so when we did the test, Gabe was at home. He was in his old home. Tang was the ultimate professional. I'll say that. Tang was ready. He said he got on when I texted him. He was on. He was ready. His equipment was set. Everything was ready to go. Perfect. I got to Gabe and Birdie, and they thought they had a setup going, and they had like a major echo because they didn't have headphones. They were sharing one mic and the speaker, and you can hear the movie. And I got Big Papi Angie in my ear texting me the whole time. There's an echo, and because now he's worried about his edit. He's worried about the quality of his edit. So he is freaking out on the text, like blowing up my phone, and I'm trying not to look at it and do the party. He's just like, there's like 50 echoes. What's going on? How do I know when to start? I'm like, calm down. And then he came flying in here because we couldn't figure something out, the sound or something. Oh my God, it was just a fucking mess. But once we got going, we got going.
Yeah, I mean that happens though. You never really. I mean, you really don't know what's gonna happen when you plan to record. Like you might have it all figured out, and then you don't.
Yeah. It's weird because now I had to figure out like how much do I talk, how much do I say, but at the same time, I was like, just let it happen. Just let it happen. Just let it work, and it will work itself out. I'm sure there's gonna be funny moments, and I gotta trust in Big Papi's creative potential, right? So here he is, bro. I'm just trying to make the best work, but it was a fun time. Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. The movie was great. I forgot about should have been a first time movie watch for me because I forgot about a key moment in the movie. I'm like, he died? Really? like I had never seen the movie before. And it shocked me, and I was like, damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Sucks. We knew something was gonna go wrong. We just had to get through it. Yeah, that's how it goes. Gabe says it was so hard for me not to narrate the entire movie. Yeah, it's hard when you know the words to the movie and stuff.
Yeah,
especially if it's a movie, you know.
Bird was calling out songs that were happening in like 3 scenes later. So I can't wait for this song. It's the best song in the movie. Like, what?
Yeah, and I'm like, Bird, really? This one? This song? And he's like, no, it's the next one. It's the next song. It was like he did it like way too early, and it was like some country western twangy guitar song, and we're like, really? This is the best song in the movie? He's like, no, it's the next one. It's this next one coming up. Yeah, man.
I'm glad you guys did it. You know, obviously, also I don't need to be in all the content. You know, I felt like it was good for like them to get their time. It was a watch party, and I was in there, but like I said, the Pokemon thing's been taking off, you know, in a big way. You know, I even officially created the LLC for Blkout. So
yep. You told me about that.
Things are moving in a very positive direction right now.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, man, that's starting to move quickly, man, and that's crazy. That night you streamed, and we were making some good cash on that, on whatnot. So
I mean, 22 live viewers.
Yeah,
and things were going good.
Yeah, it's definitely worth your investment in time. So trust me, when you said, look, you want to do that, I was like, absolutely, go for it, because you're building this business venture. So you got to put as much time as you can. And then that was a prime opportunity, and you kind of capitalized on it. So trust me, no hard feelings whatsoever. You know, no need to apologize. And like I said, plus we had the guys ready to go. Everything was pretty much set. And I honestly wasn't anticipating you even being there, because I thought it was just those guys If you had been there, it was a bonus, to be honest.
Yeah.
So
Also, I really don't like football movies. I hate them. I really do.
no, it's but it was fun. It was just a lot of fun. Um, what was I going to tell you? So yeah, so I'm supporting you on the whatnot. I had to buy some things from you because again that's what we do, man. That's we had to support. When somebody gets a new business, oh yeah, look at it right here. Katie says, yeah, official businessman. Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I mean, when a friend or somebody has a business, what you do is you support that business, right? Again, whether it's a small donation, whether it's a small purchase, and whether you share, that's what you do to help people succeed, right? And I know we tap out our community a lot, right? We tap on them to sort of say, hey, we've got these other things going on, but I honestly feel like this is going to be a big thing for you. So really want to make sure that you get my full support on it. So whatever you need from me, you got it, right? So trust me, guys, if you have not checked out Blackout Slabs on Whatnot, he'll be streaming there. And again, we've been sharing links on our social medias. We've been sharing posts. So if you're interested in that, check it out. We'll post some more stuff on our socials, and we'll put them on the links in the descriptions of these videos and other places, so you guys can see if you're interested into buying some Pokemon cards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, I say we, but like I'm definitely gonna expand into like other cards and things like that, because now that I'm actually learning what to look for in terms of I'm watching people on Whatnot stream, seeing what they're selling, and honestly, man, there's Disney cards that are out there. I found this out this week, right? It's like 100th anniversary Disney card like set, and
Oh yeah,
in the set itself, there's a Steamboat Willie card that's going for $2,000
holy
out
shit!
the pack. $2,000, and like when it first came out, it was like 10,000. Like people were going crazy for that because I forgot what the odds were. So like me and Katie have been opening cards together. So now she's like, I need some Disney cards, and I'm like, oh, I gotta get some. And then I'm seeing people sell them. I found them for a decent price, but I'm seeing them sell 100 a box. With the chance of, I mean, opening cards is really just a gamble. It's really like hitting that gambling itch. Like that's why I like the little mystery packs that I'm doing, because it's like I'm trying to like hit on that. You might get something for so cheap.
Hey, you got me on the mystery card, because I was like, ooh, mystery pack. Let me see if I get something. and then like after I bought the first one, I was like, wait a second. What if I hit something on one of these actual on the
packs? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, what if I get some of these packs? Maybe he'll freak out, and maybe I got some money coming. So I was like, buy another one. So I was like, I have no idea what I'm. Yeah. I have no idea what I'm doing or what I'm buying, but I'm like, I could win. I could have something here.
Yeah.
And so you roped me, and I was like, man, this is fun. This is a fun thing. And then when Birdie bought his pack, I was like, I gotta buy another one.
Nah, Birdie. Honestly, I shout out Bird for purchasing that, because he texted me. This is obviously I'm not on Whatnot, so I didn't really want to say it on Whatnot, but
yeah.
In terms of like him buying the pack, he just texted me. He was like, keep the cards, and I was like, nah, bro. Like, let me give you your money back at least. Like a part of me feels bad, but I know why he's doing it. It's the same thing you said. He's like supporting it. Plus, he's been making fun of me a lot, and I kind of like got pissed off. The night of the watch party, he was like, we're gonna play games. I was like, nah, I don't feel like getting ridiculed for selling Pokemon cards right now, because you know how they go. So
I know, yeah.
I feel like that was his way of like showing support. So shout out Bird for that. I'm definitely gonna keep some of those cards. I still gotta send something, but he pulled some heat, to be honest. He got a couple shinies and a full art trainer card, which is really good. But again, there's so many opportunities in the card game, and yeah, I like the Pokemon aspect of it. But Dragon Ball Z, another thing I love. They got cards that people are buying constantly. Like I said, the Disney cards. There's also you got the sports aspect of it. Honestly, man, I've been putting a lot of time in the last couple months. I mean, even before our Florida trip, been putting a lot of time into it. But like, I gotta say, it feels like it's like a perfect storm, man. It really is.
Yeah.
It feels like, because I'm streaming, I'm still being myself, still creating content, but then I'm also making money selling products. And bro, last Sunday, after the shit performance we had on the show, per my mom. No, but after
Hey.
that, I did stream, right? Like I streamed on Whatnot, and I was already in a bad mood, and I was like, well, I said I was gonna do it, so I might as well. And then I was having like technical difficulties with it, right? Like it was like I had to restart the stream like 4 times, and I was what am I fucking doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like I should just not stream. And something told me, it was like, yo, just stream for a couple hours, see what happens.
Right,
At worst, you make some money, and that was my first $100 stream after that. So I was like, oh yeah, like my mood changed immediately because I was like, oh shit, like again, something I'm putting a lot of time in is giving a lot of results. And then obviously last Thursday, that stream just, it's blowing my mind like how fast it's kind of happening. Because
Right.
I honestly, like the 1 hour stream I had before this, I figured that's what it was gonna be like for a couple times. I mean, we've had we started how many podcasts, how many streams have we done where it's like nobody's showing up? So in my head, I'm like, it's gonna take some time to build the catalog. Yeah, and it's kind of happening pretty fast. And I mean, even the 1 hour stream, even though I plan on streaming again tonight, I feel like that's good to have too, because it brings me back down. It's like, all right, it's not always gonna be a couple $100 you're making every time, but you keep building it, you keep sending out, I'm taking pride in like how the shipping is going. Like I bought all black boxes for the branding. Like I'm taking a lot of pride. I even hit Mama Llama up for some shirts, like because I'm gonna try to sell them on there as well. Like again, get the brand out there. So it's still very early in it, but yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm fucking
No, exactly. So, and it's like I said, I support you 100%, man. And like I said, we're ever evolving, right? So, and that's the thing. It's always changing. It's something new, and we just got to support each other. So again, I support you 100%. Whatever you need from me, you got it. So definitely check him out, and we'll be sharing links and stuff on our social medias and everything that we got. That way, you guys can check him out on Whatnot. Blkout Slabs is what you're looking for. All right. So, just kind of wanted to get to my, I won't say a small review, but my review of Dune.
Oh, okay.
I went to go
6
see
hours
Dune.
of watching it.
Holy shit. I did. I spent, let's see, I went Saturday night to see the movie. So Friday I got home. I made the decision. I think it was like midweek. Like Tuesday last week, I said, I'm going to go see this movie because I bought into the hype. All the reviewers, everybody said this is a cinematic masterpiece. You got to go see it in IMAX. And you know me, somebody says you got to go see it in IMAX. It's fucking.
I'm going. I already got
I'm going. I got to go. I can't miss the event of the century or some shit, whatever they sold me on.
Yeah.
But I realized I haven't seen the first one. So, and I know it's streaming on HBO Max or whatever. And I'm like, and I have that, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna get the 4K disc. I really want to like listen to it and watch it the right way. So I got the disc. I ordered on Tuesday, got it on Wednesday, and I told the kids, I'm like, hey, Friday when I get home from work, Mama Llama's doing something with her school friends. Boom. I said the minute I get home, 6 o'clock, let's go. Turn it on, and I said we'll get as far as we can, and. Man,
so you didn't watch it. So you didn't watch it all in one day because I thought I saw a tweet.
We tried. No, we tried. We got to like 2 hours of it.
Okay.
On Friday night, and we got to a natural stopping point, like because we had other stuff to do that night. And then the next morning, we finished watching the whole thing. We were like, all right, let's watch it. And then later that night, we went and we saw the movie.
Oh, the second one.
So yeah, so we were ready. Like we were like teed up for the nighttime view. The first one was pretty good, but I can see some of the complaints that like it left you wanting more, which is understandable. It's a part one.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't notice that from like the advertising, it's like part one. Yeah. It's a part two. Yeah. You're going to stop you at a place and go, hey, you want some more?
Yeah.
But the movie is phenomenal. The first one was great. The second one was amazing. Like the whole thing visually and like is a spectacle. It was a great movie. Um, but was it the greatest thing ever put on film? No.
Is that what people are
Like
saying?
they're using all the big words, right? Like this is the greatest spectacle. It's one of the biggest movies. It's amazing. It's why cinema was invented. Like they're using all that fucking all the advertising, and it is a great movie. It's a great movie. I'm not shitting on the movie at all. My only critique of it is that it's so big and it's so expansive and it's so large and it's so loud and it's so it's beautiful. It's a beautiful movie. The only thing missing is connecting with characters. That's all. There's so many characters in this movie. Like there's 7 houses. There's fucking the governor. There's there's Zendaya. There's Chalamet. There's all these people, and it's hard to just like connect emotionally with anybody. So when somebody fucking dies, you're just like, yeah, they died, and then you just kind of move on. But other than that small thing, the movie is phenomenal. The story is great, but I'm not into the lore. And like I said, I'm a casual. So like the people who read these books and they're, like into the story, they're like in love with this shit. And that's great because I think it tells a really, really good story. But I could tell like Little Llama was like lost in the politics of like the story. Yeah, he was, he like after the first one, he's like, I'm not sure if I get it, but I really did like the movie. And then when we got out of the movies, he was like, it was a movie and we watched it. And I was like, you really didn't like it? And he's like, I don't know what to think yet. So he like, the next day he was like, no, I really did like it. So I'm like, he just was confused about all the characters and the houses. It's very political. It's very big in scope. But it's fucking, it's an amazing film. Like visually, like it's intense. It's great. But that's the only thing. It's so large, so big, too many characters.
Yeah, you guys also watched both of them within 2 days. Like you don't really have time to digest the first movie that much before you hop in and then get more info on it. So I can see where, like, I don't know. I'm not super into it. I really want popcorn. So me and Katie were talking about going to go and get popcorn, go to the movies. But I was like, I don't know what movie right now I want to see, and I'm not like. Again, I would have to do what you did. Watch the first one throughout the week, and then when we go, check it out. But like, do I really want to sit down and the movies are kind of long, aren't they? From my understanding,
the first one was like 2 hours and 40 minutes. The second one was 2 hours and 45 minutes, something like that. So they're almost 3 hours.
3 hours, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought
3 hours
because I saw your tweet that you finished watching it, but I understood it as you watched it that morning and then went and saw it that night, and I was like. Bro, he spent 6 hours watching Dune. Like,
no. It was like I said, I'm glad I didn't have to wait that long to watch the second one because I was teed up ready to go. But
are you hyped for the third one?
Oh yeah. I mean, they left it at a place where it's natural. Like you're like, oh, now I'm jonesing for the next episode or the next installment because they've resolved one issue and now it gets bigger. Now you're going into other worlds and other areas. So you're done with one planet and now you're going to a different one, but you know why he's going somewhere else. And you're like, fuck, this is great. This is amazing. Let's see, Just Dudes Being Guys says something there. He says, I'm glad we watched it all in one go because the amount of information to remember would be hard for the movie that came out 3 years apart. Yeah, like I said, it's the guys who've seen the movie and know the books and the lore and everything. Those guys, it's like Lord of the Rings kind of at that level and that scope. But like I said, it was great. There was some interesting, fascinating stuff in that movie. And the score and the freaking sandworms and all that shit is just crazy. And then we were like in a great IMAX theater that has really, really good sound. Yeah. So like the bass, like it felt like the worms were underneath your seat. But we didn't get the popcorn bucket. We were looking for it.
They didn't have it?
They didn't have it. Either they sold out or we couldn't find it. But I'm gonna go down the road to another AMC theater, see if I can find the special bucket.
That's hilarious.
I gotta have it. I gotta have the bucket here now.
That could be a good first time watch. You didn't watch the old one, right?
No, the old one, no.
Yeah.
I saw a scene from it, and they look like fucking Roblox characters.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
It looks horrific.
It looks so bad. But I mean, like you said, the lore people seem to be into just the lore because I'd never heard about it, but it's clearly got a big ass fan base, especially with the cast they put together. Like they knew this movie was gonna be massive, right? Like,
yeah, he said for anime fans, it's like a photocopy of the plot of Attack on Titan and Eren Yeager. So I didn't know what that meant. He said that like 10 times on their way home, and I'm like, okay, because I hadn't seen Attack on Titan or any of that, but. And that's how he described it to some of his friends. A lot like Star Wars too. Yeah, there's some Star Wars.
To me, that's what it feels like. Like a not futuristic, but like in that vein. I don't know. It looks good, and I did see like I didn't watch any reviews yet because I was waiting until they came. Like the people I wanted to see came out, but like all the thumbnails and stuff like seemed very positive. So I was like, oh, it's probably gonna be a massive movie. The second one at least.
Yeah,
first one was big, but I think this one.
Yeah, this one's way bigger. It's a $185 million opening global box office, almost 200 million. So,
do we know how much they spent on the budget?
I don't know how much they spent. They spent quite a bit though. I can imagine because just the A-list stars that they have like in bit parts, like you got to have
190 mil.
Oh, is that what you see there?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no, it didn't beat Oppenheimer's open weekend. That's interesting. So Oppenheimer had a bigger opening weekend.
Different though. Different.
Way different movie.
Yeah, but no, I mean just the circumstances because remember the Oppenheimer Barbie thing. That
that's right.
It was a culture. It hit the culture a little bit different than Dune 2.
The Barbenheimer.
Yeah.
Yeah, also learned this from just dudes being guys. Also learned that the Dune the book came out before Star Wars movie, so it was heavily influenced. I actually saw a YouTube video that said that the writer of the book, when he saw Star Wars, said, "I'm going to try not to sue Star Wars." And then they showed the comparisons of all of the things that were in Dune that ended up in Star Wars, and I was like, "Holy shit! If this is true." Your Star Wars world was a lie. It was all Dune. And I was like, I don't want to believe this to be true, but a lot of it is influenced by the world of Dune. And even though the movie came out way after Star Wars, the books were there in 1960 something. So maybe it was. Maybe George Lucas read these books and was like, yeah, I'll do it. But even down to the location of where Luke and Leia are and the houses and the families and the Emperor and shit, all that is almost exactly the same, which I'm like, oh shit.
Damn.
So yeah, so Star Wars is a lie. Or Star Wars is just Dune. But I think that's starting to spark some not argument, but like you see some people on Twitter and stuff just going back and forth on this type of stuff. But yeah, man. Again, people love this movie, and I see why. It was really good, so I enjoyed it.
It's got the Llama stamp of approval.
It's got my stamp of approval for sure. It got me back in the movies, and now we've got on the slate fucking like 7 movies in a row. You got Kung Fu Panda next week. There was like 5 movies in a row coming out back to back to back. There, King Kong versus Godzilla, or with Godzilla or whatever. That's also coming out. They're re-releasing The Matrix in Dolby Cinemas.
The first one?
The first Matrix is being re-released.
That'd be kind of dope to see in theaters.
Yeah, it's special screenings only in Dolby. So like there's special theaters. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is right after that. So I'm in my movie season right now because I'm going to see all these damn movies.
I put the content out for it, out of theater reviews, stuff like that.
I am going to plan around it. Furiosa comes out May 24th, which is the Mad Max prequel. Yeah, there's it is now gearing up, and there's a bunch of stuff coming out. So
yeah, I mean it's about to be summer, or not really, but
Yeah, and then you got Deadpool right after that. So it is definitely
That's my most anticipated movie for sure.
Yeah. Hey, Miss Shirley Bryant, how you doing?
Hello. One thing I want to talk about, change of pace, kind of different, a little bit in the fighting world. But you know who Ryan Garcia is, the boxer?
Sounds familiar.
He's like a young kid, like 25, whatever. So he's supposed to fight Devin Haney, who's also young. They're like the two up and coming. They fought before when they were in the amateurs. They're like 3-3 against each other. So they fought a bunch of times. I've been, how I am with the combat sports. I'm pretty in tune. So I was like watching a lot of interviews and stuff. Like just I was kind of interested in the fight. I was like, all right, well, like this is like one of those this is what boxing lacks. Like two stars, fighting each other in their prime. This is something that like UFC does really well, and I think what makes UFC so much better than boxing in terms of like grabbing attention and like growing with the times. But what did you say? AD, did you see the knockouts from the? Oh, bro, yeah, that flying knee was crazy. Yeah, that flying knee was. Oh my god, I saw. Actually, I saw you post it on your story, and then I didn't watch the clip. I just saw. I was like, oh, I forgot there's fights tonight, and then I saw it in the top 10 on Sports Center. I was like, God, oh, it was yeah, it was absolutely disgusting. But so they're building up the fight. They're doing their press, and people are saying like Ryan Garcia is kind of losing it. Like he's tweeting weird. Like it's just a lot of talk of like he's either on cocaine or like he's doing drugs or something's going on. Like that's the narrative. So today I wake up. This is the weirdest part, right? Now, obviously the fight's like I think in a couple weeks or so. No, I think it might be a little longer actually. I think it might be in April. So there's like time. Anyways, I wake up this morning. First thing I see on X was that I seen it on Instagram and on X, but somebody posted a video on his Instagram and was saying, we murdered Ryan Garcia and nobody's gonna find him. Right? And like this whole week he's been talking about God and like he's trying to bring it's super weird what's going on.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like super weird. And it's like a quick clip of like somebody like running through like a hotel room, it looks like, or something, and it's just like a bunch of like it's like murdered him or like slit his throat, like very graphic, and then like a bunch of like random letters, and then it was like 666. It's like all week he was talking about God and stuff, and my thing is like it could be it's one or two things. He's actually got killed, and whoever did this is crazy. Or two, he's trying to build a fight and use this as a way, which is also very crazy. But the internet, this is what kind of like scared me because it's like that's a serious situation, right? Whether he's dead or not, very serious. Because one, I don't like that you would use that to promote a fight. Like the promoting of the fights has been getting kind of out of hand lately, even in the UFC. But in this like specific case, the internet was going like all week. The narrative is like this kid's on drugs. This kid is something's up with him. He's drunk. You know what I mean? Like he's showing up to these pressers drunk. So the narrative right now is that he's like, oh, good, like kind of like good, like he's gone. Like this kid, this kid doesn't deserve. It's like super weird. Like people are like, oh yeah, or like if they don't care, you know what I mean? Because I think like people build up these fights in certain ways, and it's kind of like making people numb to it, right? And the narrative was already against him, so now it's like, nobody's confirmed it, nobody's nothing. It's been hours, and then even the guy he's fighting, hello, Bert. Oh, even the guy he's fighting was like, yo, don't pay attention to him trolling. You know what I mean? Which I think he would have like the easiest line, you know what I mean, like of like communication with them, at least with managers and stuff. Like, yo, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like that's something he would know. So to me, like I think he's trying to build the fight, but I was like, the way it came out and the way I read it, like mind you, it's like the first thing I seen. So I was like, it kind of like scared me a little bit. I was like, damn, like this kid could be actually dead somewhere, like somewhere. and nobody gives a fuck. You know what I mean? Because he was acting wild all week. Now, they're like making jokes like him, like before the video gets posted, is like give me the phone, give me the phone, give me the coke. And it's like him like videos of people like taking coke, like. So I don't know. It's a weird thing. I just don't like how the like people are getting desensitized to like how they're trying to promote, especially in the fight game. Like
yeah,
it's going
I
crazy.
mean, if he's really in trouble, we're definitely like our reaction to it is really bad, right? Like if something really wrong happened to it, like a lot of people are going to be like, oh man, we should have reacted differently, right? But if there's nothing wrong and it's just a fight promotion, that's even worse.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah,
how do you? I don't know. Like, how do you just show up to the fight? You know what I mean? Like, you just show up to the fight and be like, oh yeah, I'm alive, by the way, guys. Like, what? Like, what? To me, something is going on, clearly, right? Like, people are not wrong usually.
There's probably, well, unfortunately, and I don't know at what level he's at, right? But unfortunately, these guys become people's meal tickets, right? So no matter what's wrong with the guy, right? Could be something really wrong with him mentally or something physically wrong with him. No matter what, the show must go on. The checks must still get cashed. And so they will do whatever to keep him moving, right? In the direction of a fight, even if it's at his own demise, right? So that's terrible. If something really truly is wrong with this kid and they're just kind of pushing him along to fight, it's really bad. Or again, hopefully nothing's wrong with the guy. I certainly wish no one anything bad, but damn, but you're right. The way we react to things now, we're so like, who cares? Right? About
they're just like making a lot of jokes about it. And what's also weird is, so the video went up, it had audio, right? And then, but then it got taken down and then re-uploaded with no audio. But in the audio, he was like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Like, dip, dip, dip. Like, so there was like kind of like I don't know. It's super weird, man. It's kind of super weird.
Yeah, that seems odd. But I wouldn't put it past the promoter though.
No, yeah. I mean, to me, I think it's bad fight promotion. Like, even if you get, it's like, oh yeah, we were joking. Like, what? Like,
it wasn't funny.
And it makes no sense. There's a lot of questions. Because again, like when I watch these interviews, I'm like analyzing these, like, who do I think is gonna win based off like how they're carrying themselves, what they're talking about. He kept bringing up God a lot, right? And like trying to be serious about it, but then there was like outbursts of shit. Like, I don't know, it's just a weird situation with that. But then when you do something like this, where you are trying to promote the fight, or if you are trying to promote the fight, and then you start using like, oh, Satan, like 666, like, to like counteract this, like, so you, like, which one are you playing the game with? You know what I mean? Like, are you also playing the game with like being like super into like your Christianity, shit like that? I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's something I'm definitely gonna be on the lookout for.
It's one of those things where I don't understand how people react nowadays to a lot of the news that they see. It really is weird how we've all become, unfortunately, it takes a lot to shock us, right? And even when you shock us, it doesn't last long. Wow. You know what I mean? Like it used to be like you see something, you go, oh my God. And then it would like hit you and it would stay with you for a while. Now it's like 10-second news cycles, right? Like, oh, that's great. Initial shock. Oh, that's crazy. And then if within 10 to 15 seconds, the next news story comes up and you're just done with that. You forgot all about it. You don't care. And it's sad. But even with fight promotions like that, like I said, I hope the kid's okay. And this is just a really bad PR stunt, right? But if he's not okay, then that we got to look and examine how we look at these types of people crying out for help, right? Like, because if it's really true, he's crying out for help. Yeah. He needs help. Somebody needs to help this guy. But we've seen it, right, with movie stars and musicians and stuff, that they do all this crazy shit online and they're just trying to keep the money coming in, and their handlers don't really care. Yeah. That Wendy Williams, right? They got her locked up somewhere. They got her locked up somewhere in some kind of facility, a rehab facility, and she's like, "Why am I here?"
Yeah.
But something's wrong with that lady. But
I mean, same thing with like Britney Spears. It's like the conservatorship, and like, I mean, she's clearly like a little loony, but also like nobody should be held like that. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
Right.
it's a weird thing, and I'm just curious how it plays out because there's like no confirmation of him being dead. There's no word from his team, nothing. It's like literally radio silence. The only tweet that came out was from the guy he's fighting. So I don't know, man. It's like I just hope I hope it backfires because I don't want to see more crazy promotions like this. And my thing too is like if it really did happen, if somebody did kill him, why like they're gonna post about it, they're gonna post the video or something crazy like graphic. I would think, you know what I mean? Like, there's no way you do all that and then be like post it on the social media and then like not show anything. I don't know. It's just weird, man.
Yeah, it says here the reference is posted in this account. These are days after the boxer announced that his new influencer girlfriend. He has a new influencer girlfriend 2 months after his divorce from a model, and no confirmation or word on his whereabouts. So it's not even big news. Like when I googled his name, they were just talking about the fight itself. Like this was like the 6th story down on when I Googled, because when you said it, I was like instantly like, what the hell? I hadn't heard anything about this.
It was trending. Well, like because on my ex, I watched UFC and stuff. So I got like the combat sports, like whatever's trending in that, and it was trending number 1 in that. But even now, I look back and it's not anymore. So like, people again, like it's here and then it's not. And again, if it's true, this is crazy.
That is some shit. Like,
no,
but it's insane. It's insane. You know what sucks though is that like I said, man, people just have these short attention spans on this type of stuff, man. They just move from one story to another. Man, all right. So yeah, man, let me know if you find out anything, because now I'm interested in this story. I'm surprised Mama Llama hasn't told me anything about this. She's into these, crime stories and weird stories like this. She's into this stuff, man. I secretly think she's wants to be an officer or a crime scene investigator, or she's secretly plotting to get rid of me. But
don't say the wrong thing, dude.
I was like, you watch too many jail shows, so you know how to survive in jail, and now you know all the CSI, the 48-hour shows. Something's wrong there. Something's going on.
Yeah, Katie's into like murder docs and murder like podcasts, and I'm like,
hey. I mean, I'm watching.
Some of them are interesting, though. I can't even lie.
Yeah, no, it's totally interesting stuff. I just worry that we watched a movie, and somebody did something in jail in the movie, and she's like, that don't work like that in jail. You can't get that kind of money in jail. That won't fly. You can't get that in jail. I'm like, I think you know a little too much about jail. I think we need to talk about this. Let's see. Did just dudes being guys, did you see the new crime movie doc that's coming out about Nick and the company hiring pedos? Definitely watching that.
Oh, like Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon, yeah. Oh, yeah, I did see that. I did see the commercials for it. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that did like all the shows that we grew up on.
Schneider. That guy's last name.
Weirdo.
He was a weirdo, and he liked feet.
Yeah,
that's why iCarly and all those shows had feet in it. Yeah, let's not talk about that, because then that'll get me canceled.
Why do you like feet too?
No, I meant it just those just link the podcast to his name and feet and pedo, and then it'll be like, oh, that's it. Anyway, we're getting close to our end time soon. I did tweet you something or wrote you something about that that pricing for Wendy's.
Oh yeah.
About that competitive pricing. I'm like, you got to be out of your damn mind that these fast food companies are going to change the pricing. Like, get out of here.
Like
I think that was the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But I figured I
mean, it could happen though. I don't see it out of the realm of possibility, but also like food is like one thing you can't really do that on. You know what I mean? Like, for example, me doing the whatnot streams and stuff. Like the earlier in the stream, you can get them for cheaper prices. When there's more people watching, you raise the price a little bit. People are still gonna pay. You know what I mean? Like I could give you better deals if you get there early. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Later in the stream when there's more people, you can. But food is like, especially the fast food restaurants, like, bruh, I'm not paying $20 for a Baconator because it's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, you know what I'm saying?
that's what I'm talking about.
I'll just go cook, dude.
But see, that's the thing. That was the one thing I was thinking about was like, you could do this if you're smart. You do it for Uber Eats. You do it for DoorDash. If there's a demand on the driver, so just like Uber, right? If there's only 20 Ubers and 75 people needing Ubers, that's why the prices go up. Absolutely, for the delivery dashing and all that stuff. That to me makes sense, but not if I go to the restaurant and get a Baconator that, like, depending on what time I go.
But even then, like Uber and DoorDash, they got to make their money somehow, so they mark up the prices already of whatever you're getting by a little. They mark it up, but they're not charging you $20 for that burger at that time. They're just charging for the delivery fee itself. So it's not like they're surging the food. Like when you go to Wendy's, it's like, bro, I'm not paying $10 for a 4 for 4.
As I said, the 4 for 4 is 4 for 4. That's it. You can't be more than $4, and that shit ain't worth more than $4.
It's 4 times more at 1 o'clock.
I just thought like that. To me, if a company is smart, right, they'll do the opposite. Like you if on the low, like on the downtime, you make it. You charge less. You say, hey, if you like on our down, like I'm sure McDonald's between 11 and or whatever time. Yeah, no, I'm just saying whatever time, like a certain restaurant would say, all right, we're usually losing money between 2 o'clock to 4. Between 2 and 4, we don't really get much traffic, right? Between 2 and 4, half price everything. You know who does that is Sonic. Sonic does
but it's like a happy hour.
Yeah, after 4, you get like half price slushies, and I think you get a 2-for-1 on some of the burgers or some shit. Do that shit, and more people will come, and you can get more money because you're already getting more money off of the drinks and everything else anyway. So,
but see, like restaurants. Yeah. I mean, you did kind of like.
Oh, I was gonna say, am I still on camera?
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay.
it like bugged a little bit, but working at Arby's and shit, you see it that they'll do like 10 roast beef for like $1. At one point, it was like $1 for 10 roast beef or some crazy like deal. But like those deals are supplementing the other prices of being like, you want a turkey sandwich, kind of healthy, it's fucking $7. You're gonna pay $7 for that. But you can go the cheap route and get that. That's what the 4 for 4 is, right? Like for even if they did surge prices, you got to have those kind of deals where it's like, this is a set price every time, because that's what people are going to fast food for. McDonald's has their, pseudo dollar menu, their pseudo $2, $3 menu. They got the set things that are like, the McChicken's always going to be $159, $179 with tax. You know what I'm saying? And then if you want a Big Mac, you can pay Big Mac prices. I don't think it works like that. Like even like maybe in a restaurant where like the food is very good and shit gets popping at 5 o'clock from 5 to 7, you charge a little bit more. You can probably do that. That's kind of what they do with like dinner menu, lunch menus. But
the portion size make sense. Right? Yeah.
And it's like every spot will be different as well, because every spot has a different time period where they're like super busy.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like if you want to do something, you shift it to a menu item that is faster to serve. Make it easier. Like if you really want like them in and out, you say, okay, look, it's easier for us to just like drop a bunch of fucking McChickens. Like, so if you come between, if it's the lunch rush and you order McChicken, it's cheaper So like if everyone orders McChicken, you get to in and out of there. You know, I don't know. There's just, you could think of 100 different ways to slice it to get people to come to your restaurant, because as it is, McDonald's prices are through the freaking roof. Like it costs you like $40 for breakfast. Like if it's 4 people, $40 easy for a breakfast, right? And it's like, damn, whatever happened to the, the regular, whatever happened to $20-$30 right now, it's $40-$50 for lunch, for dinner. And then you could go to like IHOP, or you can go to Waffle House, you can go to all these other places and actually pay $20-$30 and you get like a full meal, like sit down.
Yeah. Like when we went to Waffle House in Tampa, like I don't remember how much, but I was like, damn, this shit cheap as hell.
Yeah,
and like I was full for the whole day.
exactly. Gotta have the app rewards now. Major key. I got a free quesadilla from Chipotle today with my points. Yeah, no, and that's how you get people to come back. Quarter pounder meal is like $12.
Yeah,
which is just like a medium drink and fries. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so expensive. Like, why do search pricing? Like, it's already through the roof. It's enough.
And like it's what confuses me too is Wendy's. Like, I just see like Burger King doing it because they're already losing all their spots. You know what I mean? So it's like, well, we got to try to make some money before we lose everything. That would make sense. It still would. I mean, it wouldn't make sense in terms of like, why are you doing it? But it would make sense for the company. But for like Wendy's to do it, now is it official? Like, are they actually doing it, or they're testing it?
No, what happened is they got huge backlash from the announcement. Huge, like they're on the defensive right now. The PR team that put that out,
they're like, your free spicy nuggets for everybody.
I think they realized they screwed up royally, and the backlash was huge. Like a lot of people, and I think they lost some money on their stocks. Like people really were like, fuck Wendy's, we're not going there anymore. But the same shit is happening to Kellogg's. I don't know if you saw that. And that's for search pricing, but like this is the power of social media and the power that the fact that people are broke these days. You fuck around and you find out like Kellogg's made that whole breakfast for dinner commercial. Did you see that commercial? No. Have you seen it? All right, so they make a shitty commercial that, fucking Tony the Tiger is sitting there going, breakfast for dinner, and like they're making fun of it, right? They're like, oh, haha, but the CEO comes out and is like, hey, with prices being what they are, it's probably cheaper to eat breakfast for dinner. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? Like, that's not a good nutritious dinner. Like, there's sugar and milk. Like, that's what you're feeding. Like, you have some grain in there, but there's sugar and milk. You think that's going to feed people instead of making things cheaper? So, like, people are boycotting everything Kellogg's, which is Eggos and, and anything cereal related. It's crazy. It's crazy. But, like, again, people are now talking with their checkbooks, man. Plus they can't afford shit anymore. So it's like, it's insane. So you go Great Value Eggos, you go Great Value cereals and shit from Walmart, which I can't blame people, man, because it's expensive nowadays. But like, you got to stop messing around people's money, man. There's not a lot of money to go around, and people don't have a lot of it. So
all right, before we end the show, because I know
go ahead.
But I'm just curious, like, you're old enough to like, you've experienced times like this where it's like, because this is like, I've been an adult for a while, but like officially, like now, like I've been, I'm trying to start a business, like try to really like build my, build my wealth, build it. But in a time like this, it seems kind of hard. Like I'm trying to sell Pokemon cards, but I know it's a time where like people don't have the money like that. It's not as frequent, especially not like after COVID. Like when people were getting their checks and they were just spending it frivolously. So have you seen thing like, how you say, what's that thing called? What?
The recession?
Recession, yeah. Have you seen it like get this bad or?
Yeah. Well, so yes. So 90s, 90s we had a recession, right? But it wasn't this bad. But it was bad enough where people were losing their jobs. And but again, there's always it's always a cycle. Economics lesson for everybody. Always a cycle, right? We in the 90s kind of hit like a wall. Shit was expensive, inflation. Then we had the tech boom, like .coms and computers. It fucking blew up. So everybody had money. So again, it went around a cycle. We were like fucking broke as hell, and all of a sudden everyone had money. Then that shit blew up, went right back down. What you might remember is the fact that unfortunately we slowly rebounded and everyone had money, but everything was affordable. So if you worked hard and you did the things you're supposed to do, you could buy a house, you can do all this shit. But what happened? People got fucking greedy, bought all these houses that couldn't afford to buy houses, and then Katie hit it on the head. 2008 hit, which was the housing crisis, the bubble burst.
Yeah.
Then everybody lost everything. And again, so by 2008, everybody was in this boat right here, which is we can't afford anything, or we think we can afford anything. Then the shit burst. No one can afford shit.
Yeah.
Everything died out. And then we slowly got back to normal, and now we're right back in that bubble where we're like, it's hard to, you can't, I mean, think about it, man. Renting somewhere is impossible.
Oh yeah.
It's impossible down here. I'm not sure in your area. I'm sure it's the same.
Same.
It's damn near impossible to do anything. And if you try to rent somewhere, if you try to buy somewhere, everything is just over the top. So your money doesn't spend as much as you wanted to spend. And unfortunately, people are broke. You're working even more. You're making more money, but you're buying less shit. You can't buy as much stuff. So yeah, people are at a point where we're just kind of walking around poor. So we've been through this before. Unfortunately, you have to wait till the shit blows up one more time.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing is we just got to survive it. And I hate to say it that way, and it sucks. That's how I look at it. I just got to survive this shit and hopefully keep a job during this crisis, and then things will get back to like a living, hopefully a living type environment where people can afford shit, and then you're good to go. But
yeah,
it's terrible.
That's kind of my mentality, is like, yeah, right now it's hard, but like you said, if the cycle repeats itself, then there will be a time where like I can be prosperous in whatever I'm doing, and then like that's where I think you really got to capitalize and make the best moves. I think right now is like a time where you're like, you really, again, like we were talking about Kellogg, but playing defense. You know what I mean? You're doing the thing, but then when that cycle hits again, you go on the offense and really take control of the opportunities. So
when the shit blows up, every time everything blows up, and it blows up all the time, the people who are primed and ready are entrepreneurs, or people who are ready to just pounce on the next opportunity, who have seen it coming or can see something, an opportunity, and then they just take full advantage. So if you're primed in position and you have a new business and shit, like I said, your venture may be lucrative when things are in an affordable state, but at this point you're growing. So it's crazy. It's crazy as hell. But yeah, Katie's saying, Colorado rent is absolutely outrageous. Yeah. Pay $2,000 a month for one bedroom. Yeah, no, that's insane. That's insane. You can't live on that shit. Oh. Anyway, that's a good conversation, man. It's a good conversation. I'm glad we got into it. So again, you're going to be probably streaming tonight. So
yeah, at some point. Maybe a little later.
Okay. So if you guys go to the app Whatnot, if you don't have an account there, do you have a link or anything you want to put or drop in the chat?
I'll do it real quick.
Okay. So if you guys go to the app, the Whatnot app, and you guys look for Blackout Slabs, that's Blackout AD's account there. He'll be streaming and selling products there. If anything, just go in there and follow or subscribe to his channel, and you can see updates when he's broadcasting or when he's live, and just check out what he's got. He's going to have a bunch of stuff going on there. It'd be great if you guys can support him.
But don't feel like you have to buy anything. Just
no.
I'm just trying to get the views. You know what I mean? Like realistically, the followers.
No. We appreciate everybody's support, and you guys have been so good to us here on the Big Llama Show and the Sunday Night live stream. So again, just get the word out, and if you know somebody who loves Pokemon and loves card collecting and loves
then tell them
memorabilia, let them know that hey, Blackout AD's got some stuff there, and they might be interested. So that's kind of what we'd like to do, is just try to get the word out. So go ahead and do that. Make sure you guys follow along. Again, we'll be back next Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Big Llama Show. Next week, what you can look forward to is I will be recording a reaction tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what the movie is. I think it's going to be Paddington.
The Little Bear?
Yeah, the little bear. You know what? I didn't know he was Peruvian. The bear is actually Peruvian, and he's got an English accent. Doesn't make any fucking sense, but that's. I read that he is a Peruvian bear, and he ends up in England, and
What the
that might that. I'm fascinated, and now I have to see it. So I'm almost 90% sure it's going to be Paddington. But anyway, I'm going to record that reaction. Look out for my collaboration with Mitch Cassidy. That's also be coming out this week. And not sure if we will have a completed watch party reaction, but we'll try to get that out as quickly as possible. Plus, we're also working on the Tampa trip vlog that's also being edited at this time. So we got a lot of good content coming out, and also a first impression is probably going to be coming out as well, probably on Dune Part 2 and on one of the reactions. So got a lot of stuff coming out next week. So very, very excited for that. As Katie says, make sure guys to like and subscribe. And Ace just joined us, but we are leaving, Ace. So thank you for joining us anyway. All right, so guys, thank you guys for joining us for the Sunday Night Live stream. Again, I'm the Big Llama. He is Blkout AD. We're going to see you guys next week, Sunday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on the Big Llama Show on the Facebook and at Twitch, Blkout_AD. All right, we'll see you guys next week, guys. Take care.